I helped I helped my friend when he fell down. His name was Edmund.
There was once this lady was in a wheelchair. She was at Hougang Central, and it kind of toppled, so I helped her up when everyone else was walking past.
The nicest thing I've done is to help a young mother who was carrying a child carry her pram up steps.
Well, I actually helped a blind guy to bring him to his location because he was kind of lost in Bugis.
There was once my friend bought new shoes and she was wearing it in town and it started to hurt really badly. Then she was limping. So I took off my shoes and lent it to her and I walked barefooted around town.
Well, the nicest thing I've done for someone actually was a dog.
To look after my friend dog when he was away.
I had this neighbor and then he had this dog, and for a very long period of time me and another neighbor knew that he hasn't been taking care of the dog.
The dog name is Wrinkles, and I felt I was doing a good thing because I didn't want the dog to be in the kennel together with the other dogs.
So one day the dog was out and so we decided to just take the dog back.
It would be out of the apartment, so maybe it was lost.
And just we bought like shampoo and a brush and we just like cleaned up the dog.
I was very happy to look after the dog because at the same time it did give me company
And stuff, and we just let him take care of the dog.
We had a great time together.
When I was a small little kid, one day my sister and I came home and then we saw lizard shit all over the wall. And then she told me very earnestly that she was very curious about how lizard shit tasted like.
The best thing that I've done for someone is to make friend with a neighbor which I thought very troublesome.
The nicest thing I ever did for someone that person would be my boyfriend. For his 23rd birthday, I actually got all of his friends to chip in just a bit of money for a trip to Melbourne.
Someone was pumping his bike. After that, he tried to cycle off, but he fell and he was bleeding. Nobody was there to help. Everybody is looking. We stopped our car, moved forward to really help him, pull him up, and then send him to the nearest clinic.
Every morning I go to work. I buy food and breakfast for her aunties, so they'll be very grateful too. They'll be very happy.
Well, there was once in Chinatown, an old Chinese man came up to me, asked me for $5 so that he could buy his lunch/dinner.
I mean, he was just asking for lunch, and basically I didn't have any change.
Instead of giving $5, what I did was actually bought him a $10 meal.
It was either I give him $100, I don't give him anything because I didn't even have coins, and I was gonna go in there and get some supplies, but I thought...
Sat down with him and watched him have his dinner, and he was a very happy man after that, so yeah.
I mean, I don't know what was going through my head, but I just gave him the $100.
I remember one incident where I had to take this student for a haircut. After so many repeated warnings, he did not get his haircut, so we went. But after that, I thought that I had to establish some closure with him and get back the connection that we had. So we went for a drink later on, and I thought it was good. It was nice for me. I'm not sure if it was nice for him, but that's it. That was one of the nicest things that I've done for my students.
It was raining one day and I had an umbrella with me.
I met a lady carrying a grandchild.
I saw she was carrying groceries and she was keeping a distance away from me, but I went up to her and I offered to shelter her.
And she was heading to a bus stop or she was heading to a block, I don't know, but I took out my umbrella and just gave it to her like that.
Instead, I ended up walking her all the way back to her house. Yep.
So I decided that I want to satisfy her curiosity. I took the lizard shit and ate it myself, just so that I could tell her how lizard shit tasted like. That's the nicest thing I ever did for someone.
I stay in the snow ground and I pick it up and put it in the grass and nobody step on it.
So how did it taste like?
a little bit salty, a little bit bitter. It's a very unique, very complex taste.